Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my parents' basement, your parents' basement, our parents' basement, and today we're talking about Blu Ray news once again. If you watch this channel, then I'm sure you're familiar with Kino Lorber. They're one of the most popular Blu Ray distributors out there. They release all different kinds of films from all different studios and of all different eras. Classic Hollywood noir, recent movies, and basically anything that you can think of, they could potentially release. And two releases that were on the docket were Sylvester Stallone's Daylight and the Pierce Brosnan flick Dante's Peak. Now, these were two films that I was looking forward to. I have the Dante's Peak Blu-ray right here. Really underrated disaster movie, in my opinion, by Roger Donaldson. Also starring Linda Hamilton. Really nice movie that I enjoy with Pierce Brosnan, who's a very underrated actor. And Daylight, which it's not going to be remembered as any classic film movie, but it's a nice little machine for Sylvester Stallone doing action, kind of a cliffhanger type film. That's also a disaster type movie. Those two are going to get Kino Lorber 4K releases. I forget when Dante's Peak was initially released, but it not too long ago got pushed back to a May date. And Daylight actually was supposed to come out this last Tuesday. And for some people it did. And that's what's so interesting about this whole dilemma, this whole dynamic. Daylight came out Tuesday. Some people got shipped their copies, but then suddenly it was pulled from pre-order sites like Amazon. I think its Kino Lorber page is no longer available or existing. A lot of people were sent emails saying that Daylight was canceled. They're refunded and the movie itself was canceled, no longer being shipped to them. But as I mentioned, and that's where this whole dilemma really gets going, because Tuesday came and some people got their film. Some people got Daylight shipped to them. They watched it. The disc was fine. It all was in working condition, and they have Daylight on their shelves right now. Some of those people are also probably running over to eBay to ask $500 for the film, because other people were sent emails saying that their pre-order was canceled, or that the whole outright shipment was canceled, and that Daylight was no longer coming to them. The same goes for Dante's Peak. As I said, it got a date pushed back to a May release. People were issued emails saying that was canceled and their pre-order was no longer in effect. They were refunded their money. So I believe both these films are Universal. You have two Universal releases, supposed to be from Kino Lorber. Dante's Peak was already having some issues, already got pushed back, but Daylight came out, and like I said, some people are sitting right now comfortably at home with their copy. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. I respect Daylight. There's aspects of it that I like, but it's not a movie that I really gravitate towards or find myself overcome with emotion to watch. It's one that I want to add to the collection. It's one that I'm going to get when the opportunity eventually presents itself, but it wasn't one that I was stepping out of my way for to get that pre-order, as there are other Kino Lorber releases that are at the forefront of my mind. Knowing now what I know, or knowing if I had known then what I know now, I still don't know if I would have pre-ordered it, because not everyone got their copy. Not everyone that pre-ordered it was sent one, which again, it really adds to this story. I've heard rumors that the discs were malfunctioning, that there was some kind of issue, but I've heard word that is not the case. A lot of people, in fact, watched it without a problem, enjoyed it. I saw that Blu-rays.com actually had a review of the release for Daylight, so as far as I know, there was no issues with the disc. If you have it, you can watch and you can enjoy it. There's no problems. I think some people may have had issues, but I think that might just be simple bad luck of the fact that they got a copy that was mishandled in the transit, or whatever it may be. So, like I said, there's probably going to be scalpers now who have one. I've already seen it, I think, for $450 on eBay. I don't know how many other people are going to do that, because I think if you bought this, you wanted it. I don't think there was nothing leading into it to be a limited edition or anything, so no one was buying this with the intent to resell it. So anyone that has it that wants to flip it, is doing so because they see an opportunity. They're an opportunist. And as for Dante's Peak, again, that one didn't come out, got pushed back, and now it's outright canceled for that May 27th, I think the date was. Now, for both these films, they're not permanently restricted, removed from the release date. They're postponed indefinitely. The hope is that they will be put back on the release calendar this year. Where that falls, I don't know. Obviously, Dante's Peak was enough to completely wipe it off of the May release and not push it back any further, so I wouldn't expect a summer release, maybe a fall. As for Daylight, I have no clue because it's just weird to me, especially since some people got their copies, like I said. That's the weirdest thing for me. But there are people that have connections to Kino Lorber that have reached out, and it's not a malfunctioning disc, it's not copyright issues, it's undetermined from those sources what it is, but it isn't canceled. It's just postponed with the expectation and hope at least to release it later this year. So if you had hopes to get Dante's Peak in 4K, if you were one of the people like me who didn't think there was a pressing need to pre-order Daylight right away, and now that's postponed, rest assured, don't go to eBay and pay outrageously for someone that's trying to take advantage of this moment. It will come back. It will be released once again. And so just some interesting Blu-ray news, much kind of like the Warner Brother releases with the disc rods. It's just an interesting story that I find fascinating because Blu-rays are a magical and mystical world, and you never know what's going to happen in them. They're like a box of chocolates with Forrest Gump. Anyway, guys, so just a little brief movie news about Kino Lorber postponing these two releases and all the oddities surrounding, especially the Daylight release, which some people have in hand as we speak. If you know one of those people, feel free to break into the house later today and steal it for yourself. Remember to not leave any tracks, as it will be traced back to you. And don't, obviously, you gotta hide it out of your collection because they're gonna know. So anyway, guys, don't bring this up. It's just between me and you. Don't tell anyone else about this. Let me know in the comments if you were able to get Daylight, if you're one of those lucky few, and if you'd be interested in sending it to me for free. But let me know your thoughts, your opinions down below. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and make sure that you're here next time so I can see you in my parents' basement, your parents' basement, our parents' basement.